Wow, hello. Right, was looking the other way there. So, I only just made this one at the last minute. I did a little meditation earlier and I fell asleep. So, guys, welcome. And the only people watching now are the people watching the repeat. So, a big welcome to you. Um, why ever not come on and join in the chat? You can maybe get a reading personalized for yourself that way. But if not, it is coolio. This is meant to be the way you like it. So this is the Wednesday live stream. Loads of internet troubles and stuff lately, but we seem to be okay. Things seem to be happening. Beverly is with us. Hello, Beverly, and April Evans too, and Irina in Birmingham. I'm very well, thank you, Irina. Hope you are too. Hope everyone is doing good today. Sharon Lee is here. This is great. The gang is appearing. Brilliant. And Loveheart, nice to have you aboard. Welcome. Yes, I did a little meditation earlier and I fell asleep and I woke up and it was 2 minutes to 9. So, oh gosh, gotta get this on because I do this. It's about 9 p.m. in UK at the moment, but anyway, I made it. That's the main thing, isn't it? Ellen Quinlan is here. Arlene Forney, nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. Let's start this whole thing off. Hello, Twainer. Nice to see you. Hope you had a good birthday, Twainer. Really hope that was a good day for you. You deserve a good day, I think. Okay, just turned one over, and I think I brought this out the other day, actually. I think it's come up again, and it says, nothing is set in stone, mutable moon. There it is. Bit of a seascape there, and that's quite an appropriate one for today. Hi, Vicky Loper, by the way. Because the moon is conjunct Neptune right now, and Neptune is a planet which is very much associated with confusion and things being all over the place. So that's probably why I was a bit kind of haphazard about starting tonight's session, if nothing else. And it just is that kind of day. It is that kind of psychic background to the day. And I was talking to my daughter about this afternoon, actually, because it took her a long time to come to believe in these things. Hello, Ron, Unconditional Love, by the way, and Mrs. Tyler J, and Sandy G as well, and Martin. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Because it took her a long time to believe in this stuff, because I was doing it while she was growing up, and it was this mad thing that Dad did. But she started to notice on certain days certain things happen, and she started to realize there's some kind of force at work behind the scenes making life the way it is. So absolutely crazy. Hello, you matter to me. I haven't seen you for a week or two. Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. So absolutely great. It's super hot in UK at the moment, and I realize that it's much super hotter in many parts of the States at the moment, probably Canada too. Looks like some people are kind of worried about fires coming across and things like that. Scary. It hasn't happened here for a long time. It was back in the 90s. I went out one day and all the hedgerow right up to the main road was completely burned to a crisp. And I guess the fire brigade came and put it out before it set all the forests on fire. But we haven't had that here for a long time. Could be that way this year, though. It's been quite droutish so far. My hose pipe has been busy watering the garden and generally making stuff happen. Okay, that is so kind of you to say. You matter to me. I love you too. And you watch after the lives because he worked during the day. But here we go. Yeah, well, I'm really glad you joined us. Just don't get in trouble at work, whatever you do. Okay, because I don't, blimey, don't want anything crazy to happen. So, Ellen Quinlan, could you pull a card for me to see if Spirit has a message for me? Thank you. I certainly will. That is very much what we're all about. I'm having a good shuffle of the tarot deck, and my guide says turn over the top one rather than cutting into it. And it's number 5 from the Major Arcana. It is the Hierophant, the Hierophant. There is the grinning Cheshire Cat in the tree. And the grinning Cheshire Cat in this deck represents Alice's higher self, very much like the priest characters in the traditional Hierophant card. I guess you pronounce it different ways in different parts of the world. And I'm feeling, Ellen, that you've actually been looking up at the trees. I might be completely wrong. Maybe there are no trees where you live. It's a sad fact of life for a lot of people. But you've been looking out there. You've been putting it out spiritually, putting your vibes out to see what comes back. And the message here is just give it time, all right? Because it's going to be coming in quite a confusing way to start with, but only to start with. Answers come. Things just kind of make themselves plain after a while. It takes a while to process the information that's coming in. And this is actually quite a confusing day today because the moon is conjunct Neptune. But that changes. Things get a lot easier with astrology next week. And astrology is really a big driving force around spirit communication every single time. But Ellen, give it time. That's the trick. These things just always do take a lot longer than we'd like them to take because we're dealing with superhuman knowledge. And, if we got the whole picture in one go, we wouldn't really be able to make any sense of it, So that's why, these ideas come to us, the information comes to us, and we wonder what it's all about. But at least, Ellen, you're kind of looking out there and trying to see what's going on, which is really good news, actually. Basically your spirit guides are talking to you at this moment. A voice just told me saying at this moment this is actually happening right now. So I don't know, just write your dreams down. Just kind of, you can almost drift through life, really. The angels will make sure that the messages come through to you. If in doubt, ask Archangel Gabriel to help, because Archangel Gabriel really is the angel messenger, all right, and will help you to understand these things as you go along. So, I hope that works for you, Ellen, and thanks for your question. Best of luck with it. Martin958 says, I said no more tarot until something proves itself to come true. So, Martin, has something proved itself to come true? I would really like to hope so. Yeah, sounds like something has anyway. So this has got to be good news. Okay, let's go to Beverly. Andy, mate, please may I have a card? Message from my spirit guide. Thank you. Okay, and for you. I knew you used to be a DJ, did you, Ellen? All right. Well, hey, maybe you'll be a sort of either a platform medium or a video medium or something like that, maybe, as time goes on. But we often find that what we've done in the past has prepared us in some way for, some kind of thing that we're going to do in terms of working for the spirit realms. Sadly not, says Martin. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Rather hope something good would have happened for you. I think it will eventually, though. Stuff takes time to happen. It really does, because there's no time in the spirit realms, basically. And everyone in the spirit realms who's lived this life and passed over certainly knows what time is, but they're just not subject to it. So they can be a bit cagey about how long things take to happen. But stuff inevitably and invariably comes true in the end. So I'm sure it will, Martin. Anyway, Beverly, for you, I'm going to the Work Your Light deck. This seems to be a real good one. And yeah, I'm just going to quietly give it a shuffle here and see where we get. Okay. I'll tell you one thing, Beverly. I think you've got some kind of not exactly a worry, but a thought that keeps coming to you. Think about going along with that thought, I would say. All right. It's somehow divinely inspired. Card I've got for you, Beverly, is the Council of Light. And this really means there's a gathering of the clans in out there in the spirit world somewhere, and they're kind of getting together with angels and everyone who can help up there, and they're trying to send you some help. So I don't know exactly what you're going through at the moment, and I know you've had some pretty bad luck lately, but the thing that really stands out about this card is it's the chakras, really. They're not in the same place as chakras, but there's a nice straight line of balls of light, and it makes me think of chakras. And to really get the most out of a meditation, it's good to sit with a really straight back, because that gets all your chakras in a straight line. Now, I can't see how you're sitting, Beverly, and I don't suppose the spirit world exactly being really specific about that. But what they are saying is just kind of try and line yourself up, give some serious time to actually not just meditation, but contemplation as well, thinking about the things that have come to you in everyday life. Because it's not just when we mean to be meditating that things come to us, the influences, as it were, all the people in the Council of Light here from the spirit realms are actually around us all the time and are working with us all the time. So I've also got the word positive, stay positive. Now, Beverly, it strikes me that you're always quite a positive person. I've known you go through things and you still find something positive to say. And, so that's no criticism, but certainly look on the bright side as much as you can. Okay, because what really that stands out to me about this is that somehow life could be better than it feels for you at the moment. Really, just kind of, visualize it, believe it as much as you can. Okay, but the Council of Light, it says on it, divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realms. So everything that's going on around you at the moment is leading somewhere positive, even though it might not seem like it. Yeah, so hey, Beverly, thanks so much for your question, and thanks always for your support. It's much appreciated. It really is. And love and light to you. Ellen Quinlan says, you're 100%, I'm always impatient. Well, yeah, I'm 100% impatient quite often as well, if the truth be told. Let me just scroll down, see what's going on, keep an eye on things. Eunice Ruffin is here. Nice to see you, Eunice. I will certainly do you a card. Hello, Rupali. Adrienne is here. Hello, Adrienne. No doubt listening at work at the present time. But where else are you going to listen? That's the question. I'm now looking for a question I saw a minute ago. Then before I get there, Ellen Quinlan says, I just thought it was interesting that you were as well and that I almost became a nun. Yeah, I almost became a monk at one point in my life. I'd quite like to, actually, but I just kind of went past that point because in the end I had children to bring up, and it just wouldn't be the right thing to take yourself out of life while your children's still growing up and need you to be there in a hands-on way. And I don't know, I think I enjoy my freedom a bit too much, really. But as long as you've got spiritual inclinations, I don't think there's ever really a need to go into a monastic life or a convent life unless, the feeling you get is telling you that over and over again, sort of non-stop. So Arlene Forney would like a card, most certainly. Let's do one for you. Hello, Deborah Costro. So happy to see you too. Thanks so much. Adrienne is working, but says hi to everyone. I'm sure we'll send kind of love and light to you, Adrienne, like you're always sending out to the rest of us. So Arlene Forney, yes, you may certainly have a card. Let's see what we've got. 9 of Pentacles, Arlene. Now, this means that things are going well, things are going positively, even if they don't feel like it. And that's really that's what I most want to point out. Life might not feel like it's going well, but it is. You are going places, Arlene. You really are. The only thing is, you want to be sure you haven't left anything behind you, And when you really get your boots on, which I don't think has happened yet, but I think in the next week or two, things will really start changing for you. Make sure you bring everyone and everything with you that you actually want to have with you as you're going forward, okay? Because that is the message of the 9 of Pentacles for absolutely everyone who gets it, is that there's a chance that something got left behind. But Pentacles, abundance, 9, very nearly 10. So things are coming up towards completion, absolutely for sure, So I wish you well with that, like I'm sure we all do. And this is a great group. People kind of send love to each other and pray for each other and stuff, which is absolutely great. I saw a message from Rupali, which I was going to look at. Oh, there we go. Right. April Dawn, I don't think anything bad's going to happen, but I'll come to you next, okay? Rupali, does Jay still think about me? Need a psychic reading and a tarot reading for this. Okay. Once again, Rupali, I think you worry a bit too much, my friend. I really do. Okay. First card, Three of Pentacles, so we're in Pentacles again. Pentacles all about abundance. Three, there's a journey to go on there. All right, now you are actually talking more about romantic things than about work. I realize that. But there's a certain amount of work that needs to go into relationships and building them up. And that is yet to happen. So looks to me like Jay is still thinking about you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be having this progress. And it's abundance of love. You know, it looks pretty good. Next card, Queen of Wands. Okay, really kind of quite a strict lady, the Queen of Wands, but at the same time, things are good. Things are set up for you. See, she's got the black cat in front of her, and in the more traditional decks, there's a cat sitting on the hearth next to the Queen of Wands. And that's a symbol that kind of house and home and everything around her is good. So with regard to your question, Rupali, that shows that things are looking good, you know. And next card then, Six of Wands. This means that other people are going to be involved, right? You might need to enlist someone else's help to really make things happen with Jay, because it's all very well Jay thinking about you and you thinking about Jay, but making it happen is important. There are friends who can help, most certainly, Rupali. Okay, so there's the cards. Let's do the pendulum though, and find out what the spirit of the pendulum has to say about this. Does Jay still think about Rupali? Yes or no, please, pendulum person out there in the spirit world who's also here moving the pendulum. That's a yes, Rupali. That's a yes. Jay does still think about you. Okay. I would say that Jay thinks about you in a positive life. That's what the cards are telling me at this point. So best of luck, Rupali. Keep on trucking. You're a strong character, Rupali. You'll get what you want in life. I'm sure you will, because you've got that strength of character, you know. And I'm sure some of it comes from family members as well that kind of taught you stuff as you were growing up. Anyway, April Dawn. Hey there, April. Is something bad going to happen with anger around me? I don't honestly feel that it is, April. I think this is more of a worry than a real thing that's actually going to happen. It's one of those things, April, where, you know, I think we all sometimes look back over maybe the last week or maybe look back to way earlier in our life and think, oh, MG, you know, I set things up in the wrong way, or I said something or did something, you know, that's going to make someone angry. In reality, you know, you find that the people have moved on, the situation's changed, and it's different. And that's psychically what's coming to me for you, April. You know, the anger that you fear is a very different. It's in a different realm. It's a possible thing, but there are all kinds of possibilities. We could talk about possibilities all day and all night. Card I've got for you on that is the High Priestess. Oh, and the Nine of Wands has come out with it as well. Okay, right, so Nine of Wands first. Let's do this one first. Okay, Nine of Wands. This guy is like, you know, he's got his tin hat on and everything, and he's ready for a fight. But actually, he's got the 9 wands, so he's near to the 10 of completion in terms of with the wands getting things done. And in your case, April, that's pointing to whatever this situation is actually resolving itself, you know. So he's more worried than he needs to be. And that's what I want to give to you. Next card, the Empress. Very, very positive card. Alice wants to get in through the window, and she is allowed in through the window to make this journey. Okay, so put that fear of anger out of your head, April, because there is a lot of really good stuff ahead of you which can come into your life and really make a positive difference to you. And life is changed. Life is going to change for you, April, in the very near future. Actually, just don't worry about anger and stuff like that. You know, the more you kind of stand up to anger and the more you decide that you're not going to be pushed around, the less damage the anger can do, if there is any. But I don't think anything bad's going to happen to you, my friend. That's really, you know, a very strong feeling in my psychic senses that I'm getting there. Sharon Sipe is with us. Hello, Sharon. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Red Hat Society is here as well. This is great. This is great. Okay. Debbie Costro has a question. Will my son Caleb, who is a singer-songwriter, have any future success? Okay, let's use this pendulum. So Caleb, is Caleb going to have future success? I'm being told he's had some success already, actually. As we talk about future success, it's not like a thing's going to start. It's more like a thing's going to continue. Right, it's going to take quite a while. I mean, yes, he is, because the pendulum's given me a yes, but it almost gave me a no as it was starting up there, right? So there's not that much energy behind his having success as a singer-songwriter at the moment. But in the future, yes, it's worth him keeping working at it. It's worth him sort of keeping the faith in what he does, because I get the feeling he's really quite special at the whole field of music, not just singing, songwriting, but the whole field of music, which you do need to have a feel for to be able to write songs and to be able to sing them as well. So that's looking pretty good, to be honest, Deborah, and we will all wish you well with it as well. I'm sure we do. So okay, that's a good bit of advice for everyone, actually, guys. You know, if you really kind of think positive, you can create all kinds of positive outcomes for yourself. But particularly if you've got some background in it and you kind of understand the field that you're in, the area that you're working in, looking positive that way, you know, that really is the most positive way for things to happen. So best of luck with that. Eunice asks, will I have a new man this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emoji things with hearts on. That looks great. I feel sure you will, Denise. No, I don't. I feel sure you will, Eunice. That's what I feel sure about. I feel sure you will. But my hand has gone to the Work Your Light deck, so I'm giving that a quick shuffle for you now, and we will see what comes out of this. You know, before I do anything, excuse me. Sorry, just absolutely had to plug my laptop in there because yeah, Julie's saying great sound and video tonight, and it wouldn't have been for much longer if I hadn't plugged my laptop in there. So that's what I've just done. Right, that kind of took me psychically away from Eunice. Right, will I have a new man this year? I'll do you a pendulum on that in a second and we'll see. But oh, right, okay, here's a card for you, Eunice. There's a need to let go of something, right? What we've got here is the crumbling, and it says, what are you clinging on to? And the reason that it doesn't seem to be at the moment, that a man doesn't seem to be forthcoming, is that your life is changing, Eunice, and go with the flow of that change, okay? This card is a bit like the Tower of Destruction in Tarot, though it is something different. Basically, this building is splitting in half, and it kind of represents your life completely pulling apart and reforming in a new positive way. You can see there are really beautiful images of flowers and countryside beyond this tower that's crumbling. So the doors are trying to open for that, Eunice, okay? Be willing to think outside the box, live outside the box, act outside the box, you know, to make it happen. Don't be trying to cling on to the particular exact way you think a relationship should be, because relationships do bring a massive amount of change into life, particularly when they're positive ones and when they're going to last. And I think this is it, Eunice. I think it's going to be a lasting relationship, and that's why it's taking its time to actually form. So think outside the box, yeah? I've just seen Dream Big is here, and actually Dream Big, that's good advice, Eunice. Dream big, because it's, you know, it's looking good. Okay, Dream Big would also like a card on her love life. Let's do one. Don't forget to drink plenty of water, guys. Super important. Cool. It's about 20 degrees Celsius. I really got to work out the Fahrenheit version of this, but I don't know. I think it's something like 60 Fahrenheit here at the moment. I think it's around 60, but it's 20 Celsius anyway, and it's just like much hotter than it usually is. I couldn't sleep at all on Monday night. I was talking to Adrienne at 4 a.m. UK time, just as she was going to bed, because I'd been to bed. I went to bed about midnight, and I woke up again about sort of 1:30. About 2 a.m. I realised there's just no way I could get any sleep. So I stayed up all night and I worked on this model thing that I'm making. But by the end of yesterday, I was exhausted. I could hardly get the words out. I went to bed about 8 p.m. and I didn't wake up this morning till about 8 a.m. So I had like 12 whole hours sleeping, which is just fantastic, really. But less fantastic, really, also, was what I went through on Tuesday after not getting that sleep. Okay, so a card on your love life, dream big. All right, this looks good. 3 of Wands, right? There's karma involved in this, and it's good karma. 3 of Wands means it's happening, The Wands are always kind of game on, action happening, things coming in. And the 3 of Wands is particularly about things coming in. Might take a while to get here. It's these ships in the background that represent what's coming into you. And I did ask about your love life. So this is something positive coming in. I don't think it's actually 3 lovers coming in, you'd be glad to know. But there is a lot of abundance of love there. There's not much you can do to change the situation now, dream big. Rather different to what I said to the person a minute ago, actually, who had to sort of, do a lot of letting go. This looks to me like the work is done. Right, that's a big part of the meaning of the 3 of Wands. The work is done. The change has been anything you can do to change the situation has been done. Looks pretty positive to me. Dream big, all right. And I guess the main work has been done because you're someone who dreams big, and I think you can dream big there as well. Because the 3 of Wands says game on, something's happening. It's not going to happen immediately, but it's not really going to be long. Possibly 2 or 3 weeks. Possibly 2 or 3 days. It was a 3 card, and that's what I'm really drawn to about it. So good luck with that. Hey is here. Sheila Inquisitive Tarot is here, and so is Ron Unconditional Love Tarot. And I'm really planning to get in touch with you guys and arrange some collaboration videos really soon. Okay, so I have been remiss, but it's beyond hot for UK. It really is. Trainer says it's 68 degrees. Right. Yeah, feels like it. It's insane. I mean, it was like really cold most of the year. It really was. And now it's just absolutely boiling out of nowhere. My vegetable patch is struggling. Some of it anyway. Some of it's growing really well, but some of it's struggling. Just mad. Mrs. Tyler J says it's 102 something in Arizona. Wow. Okay. Adrienne says lots of chocolate coming. Oh, I'm looking forward to that, Adrienne. I'm so looking forward to that. I will try not to let it melt. It probably won't melt, actually, because the post won't melt it. They'll look after it. And my mailbox is kind of surrounded by trees. So this time of year, it's really in the shade. So I think that'll be good. And I'll probably put it straight in the fridge then to make sure it really doesn't melt. Okay. Got to think about these things, see? Okay, so April needs to get going. April has probably got going by now because that was 6 minutes ago. But big love and light and hugs to you, April, like you're always sending to us. And hope the rest of April's day is absolutely fabulous. You may have seen a British sitcom called Absolutely Fabulous. It is pretty fabulous, to be quite honest. Sheila Inquisitive Tarot only has about 95 degrees today. Well, that would get me sweating, Sheila, to be quite honest. It really would. Oh, yeah. Yeah, UK taxing imports. UK taxing everything at the moment. We probably heard about it on the world stage. I think it's quite well known that Britain left the European Union, so we're no longer part of Europe, and that happened in January this year. But it's a big screw up, you know. I mean, everyone thought this meant people were going to be buying from British farmers again, and our farms would come back to life. And no, they're trying to import food from Australia instead, and it's turned out that it costs too much and takes too long to get food here from Australia. And I don't think I don't think they know what the hell they're playing at in political circles, to be honest. But I hope they work something out really soon. I absolutely hope they do, because we kind of depend on it, you know. My daughter's looking for work at the moment, and it's not easy to find in Britain. It's probably not easy to find anywhere in the world at the moment, actually, but it's certainly not easy to find in Britain. Love Heart, may I please ask if I'll get the job from today? Oh, you've had an interview today? Interesting. Well, it's been a pretty good day for a thing like that. The only thing is, there's a certain amount of confusion in the air, Love Heart, because the moon is conjunct Neptune today. And that alignment of astrology is tricky, because Neptune tends to bring a lot of confusion with it whenever it comes in. But look, this is a pretty good card. This is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is about as high as it goes in terms of abundance, really. It's the highest suit card in the Pentacles deck. And what's happening here, Alice is taking a rest. She's having a good sleep in a chair with a cat on her lap and another cat on the floor next to her. That cat is her higher self, actually, taking a sleep. And the thing is, there's nothing to worry about, is really the big message of this card, as well as all that abundance. Because these people in the pictures are Alice's family, Alice's ancestors, who are looking down at her from the spirit realms and wanting to look after her, wanting to keep things good with her. Okay, so it looks to me like the angels are on the case. I believe that's a yes to getting the job from today. Going to check that with the pendulum at this moment, all right, Love Heart, because I feel this is very important to you, actually. I mean, you know, a job is always important, but this one seems like it's extra important. Yeah, getting a yes there. Nice fat yes as well, you know, nice big circle. I believe you're gonna, I think you're gonna be doing that job in the next couple of weeks. You know, I've got 2 weeks in my head at the moment. That's kind of what comes to me about that. So, you know, yeah, you need the job. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, everyone needs to, you know, have some income coming in, and everyone needs work as well to stop us all going mad. So, good luck with that, Love Heart. It's looking really positive to me. Okay, Stella, you're new. Well, you're very welcome, Stella. Thanks so much for being here. And look at that. Stella has liked and subscribed. So please, guys, that's a good little point to remind you. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. It makes a massive difference. I was delighted to reach 2,000 subs a few days ago now. And it's gone to 20, I think it was on 2027 the last time I looked at it, which is really, really nice, actually. Psychics don't tend to get millions of subscribers. I'd like nothing more than, like, you know, 10 million subscribers or something, but it doesn't really happen that much. Not many psychics get that far with it, but the more it grows, the better, you know. Every subscriber makes a difference. So thanks so much, Stella. And guys, if you have subscribed already, please check to see that you're still subscribed, because sometimes YouTube just unsubscribes people randomly. I'm sure they've got a reason why they think they do it, but, you know, there can't be a good reason for that, really, I don't think. Probably because some people do actually buy subscribers, and I've had this service offered to me through Gmail, and I turned it down. You've got to be honest in this game, particularly. But, yeah, apparently you can pay a certain amount of money and get a load of subscribers from somewhere. I mean, there's a guy who's got 53,000 subscribers, and he's only got 100 videos, and that is just an insane ratio, you know. So all my subscribers are honestly gained, and I've probably lost about 1,000 of them through YouTube being weird over the last few years. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have already, please check you're still subscribed. Stella, I'm bringing the pendulum into this situation now, and I'm saying, will William and you reconcile? Oh, I would say yes from what I'm seeing. Now on the screen, the pendulum is going anti-clockwise, but don't worry, it's going clockwise here, just that the screen flips. Okay, right, it's really, there's a lot of energy behind this, so I'm now sure that you will reconcile. It will take a little while though, because the pendulum was very shaky as it was starting off, and so I feel that things are quite shaky for you guys at the moment, but that was a real big yes there. It really was. Let's go into Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light and see if we can find out some more about that. It's always good to get a bit more knowledge. So why are things shaky at the moment? That's what I'm asking as I shuffle the cards. Why would things be shaky? Okay. Let's see where we go. Oh, hi, Jess Waddingham, by the way. Nice to see you. Irina says you deserve more subscribers because your show is brilliant. Thank you so much, Irina. I'm delighted that you think that. I'm really delighted. That's a lovely thing to say. Thanks so much. Wow. God, I must be honest, guys. The heat is getting to me a bit, to be honest. If unless the show suddenly goes crazy, I might knock this one on the head after an hour because I'm like, whoa, it's so hot. But right, okay. Right, Stella. Now, this isn't exactly telling me why things are shaky at the moment, right? But it is saying something you can do about it. This lady is Charity, and it says on it prayer and contemplation. If I bring it up a bit closer, connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. And I hope that isn't flipped on your screen. It wasn't flipped on mine, so that's good. But look, she's got these red roses all around her head. So there is a lot of love going on in this card, yeah. But connect with heaven, ask when you shall receive. Put your spiritual feelers out, Stella. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, you're new to my channel. I don't know if you're new to the whole idea of psychicness and spirits and angels. But there are angelic forces that can help and absolutely will help. They're very. They're not always quick to help, if I'm honest. But that's because there's no time where they come from. They're always there in time in the end, and they're lively. They're always wanting to help. So ask your guardian angel, Stella, to help that happen. Okay, it really works. It really, really does make a difference. Okay, think about. Don't be afraid to think about how important this is to you. Okay, that's something that you can. A lot of people just try to avoid thinking about these things, and if you don't put that kind of manifestational thought out there, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. If you don't put that out there, you're not going to actually attract the outcome that you desire. So, oh no, she says, I totally agree. No, the thing moved. There it is. She says, I totally agree. Thank you. Thank you for your question, Stella. And I'm sure we all wish you the very best with that. Debarati Chowdhury is here. Hi, Debarati. God bless you. She's a great supporter, is Debarati. Always appreciate your comments. And thanks so much. Great to see you here on the live at this very moment. Okay. Katie H. Should I write a second book? First one, no interest. Would love your thoughts. Okay. Well, I'm careful with this, right? Because when you're a psychic, you're supposed to process thoughts from your spirit guides and put them straight out there rather than me thinking about it. Okay, so I'm going with what's coming straight to me. And I feel that that's a yes, right? When you've written one, and it's a monumental effort to write a book, I know. And when you've written one, it's kind of, and that doesn't succeed, it feels like a massive wasted effort. But actually, you've learned a lot through writing that first book. I believe you actually regret certain things about the way you wrote the first book, and you'd probably change it if you could. Well, you can't rewrite the first book, can you, really? Because it's already written. But yeah, write a second book. And what I feel I want to say is come totally out of the box in terms of what you did in the first book and be yourself, be as natural as you can. I've turned over a card for you. It's Gaia, it's Earth connection. So in a way, you hold the world in your hands. And when you write a good book, you do, because a good book will travel around the world. But it's also Earth connection. It says, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. So be yourself, Katie. That's really the advice there. Be yourself as you write that second book. Right, speak from your own heart. Again, you know, best of luck with that. Best of luck. And I think it'd be a great thing if you wrote a second book. I really do. Farid is with us. Hello, Farid. I'll never pronounce your name properly. Farid Gulazard. You know who you are. I probably pronounced that wrong, but you know who you are. Hey, sir, I'd like to know about feelings and moves of Xenon towards me very soon. Thanks a lot. Okay, you're welcome, my friend. Right, this is the wrong deck of cards for that one. Let's have a reach down into my realm of cards down here. See what we can find. Okay, gonna do a Moonology card for you on this, and I think we're probably best to use the pendulum as well as we go along. Anyway, great to meet you. Thanks so much for coming on board the old channel here. Right. What this says is show the world the real you, okay? So in terms of actual Xenon coming towards you very soon, let her know how you feel, all right? Really, don't hide your feelings in any way at all. You see the image here, this person is absolutely pouring stuff out of this amphora. Let me take a closer look. Can't see exactly what it is, but she's pouring liquid out of this amphora, okay? So don't hide your heart, Farid. That's the main thing to do. Okay, be open, be honest. I'm not so much saying be straight with her, because I'm sure you will be, but be straight with yourself. You know. Okay, it's all too easy to hide our feelings until it's too late. So that looks positive. So let's get the pendulum out now. So is Xenon coming towards you very soon? Let's ask the pendulum. If we get a circle, it's a yes. If we get a back and forth, it's a no. It's just twirling at the moment because this is a Reiki pendulum and it hangs on a string rather than a chain. Right. It's a circle. It's a very small circle. And it's growing a bit now. Right. So, yeah, at the moment, right, there's not much energy behind that, but the energy is there and it is positive, okay? So, don't be afraid to pour your heart out, my friend. But it's looking pretty positive to me there. And, big thanks to your question. Big thanks for your question. I appreciate it. Red Hat Society. Andy, I tell the people I trust to check this channel out and subscribe. Great. I am not in a spiritual environment since long, so I'm crawling back in the ways I can. Oh, I feel a lot of spiritual energy actually coming from you and around you, so I'm sure that you've actually got it. And I'm picking up on where you say, check this channel out. My guides are drawing me to where it says channel out, and I want to pull those two words out of that and say, and you type these words in, so you've got it going on in your subconscious mind. Channel out, okay? We try and connect with our guides and we try and draw them in, but one great way to really get the energy flowing is to channel out all the love that you can, which you are doing. I can see that. Keep channeling that love. Keep kind of being good to people as much as you can, and be good to yourself as well. That matters. But channel out, okay? Because it's like a conveyor belt of abundance. The more you channel out, the more you draw in. Okay? So don't think of it as crawling back. Just think of it as keeping going, because that's what really matters. Red Hat Society. That is so what matters. S. What's S thinking of S? I guess there are two S's. That's my guess. Yes. SS. No, just, yeah, two S's anyway. Right. Tarot question, that one, I think. Right. Number 7, the Chariot. Something's happening. Something's on the move. This isn't stagnant energy. S. All right. So S is definitely thinking of S. What's S thinking is another matter. But it looks like things aren't quite right. Okay, because in this card the picture is of Alice, and this is Tarot in Wonderland, by the way. So it's all based on Alice in Wonderland in this deck, and she's trying to play a game of croquet using a flamingo and a hedgehog instead of a ball and a croquet mallet thing. So basically she's got the wrong tools for the job, and it's a confused situation. That's what I want to say. But it is the Chariot. It does mean that things are happening. It does mean that things are positive, but you're going to have to give it time. Okay, you are going to really have to give it time. I feel there's quite a bit of waiting involved there, but be patient, okay, because there is something positive there too. Yeah, so I hope that helps you, S. That's kind of the best I can do at the moment, but come back and let us know what happens, all right? Because S is thinking positively of you. I'm sure of that. It's just kind of things just aren't adding up somehow. Got to give them time, really, time to add up. So totally best of luck with that. Hi, Damaris Devora. How nice to see you. S says TYSM. And thank you too. Yeah, great to see Damaris Devora on a live. Haven't seen you on a live for a while. Great stuff. GGB is with us. Shrey Kumar. Here we go. We're on a roll with these. Shrey Kumar. What's Pallavi thinking about me? Okay. Different deck. Doreen Virtues Ascended Masters, which is getting used a lot lately, and I'm really glad. This is not a deck to leave gathering dust. There is much intense energy in this deck. Okay, so what's Pallavi thinking about me? Come out of the closet. One of you guys is hiding their feelings. I think it might be you, Shrey. Don't hide your true feelings, whatever you do. Okay, the Ascended Master here is Amaterasu. That's the person. All right. Now, if we look at this image generally, right, most of this image is blue. It's a cosmic kind of blue, and it suggests connection. But we've also got red here, excuse me, and that suggests that the connection will happen and will actually come through. But it's not being totally allowed in at the moment. You've got to let the passion come in. Okay. So Pallavi is most certainly thinking about you, right? But, don't hide your light. Don't hide your true feelings, whatever you do, because sometimes people need a push to actually want to make a commitment, and they need to know before they make any sort of commitment that there's something important coming in from you too. As I put that card away, this one popped out. Retreat into nature. It's the Green Man, who is very English kind of pagan folk dignitary, who must be known in the States because this is an American deck. But the Green Man, it's all about earth energy, and it's about being yourself. It's about being grounded is really about being yourself and understanding that you were made the way you are for a reason. So show the world, not just Pallavi, show the world what kind of person you are. Be out there, and then it's going to make things happen. Then it's going to make things positive. It really is. Jess Waddingham is here. I saw a question from Jess, actually, and I kind of went past it. Love you too, Damaris. Great stuff. Yeah, Jessica, if you wouldn't mind typing your question again, my friend, I'll look out for it this time. Okay, and I'm going to stop and drink some water. Guys, it's often as well, right? When you type your question in, if you can mouse over it and copy it, or highlight it and copy it to your clipboard, which not every device lets you do that, but most of them do. So if you can do that, copy your question. So if I miss it, or if the scroll moves on and I don't get to it, it's easy enough to just pop it in again. But I'm going to wait a second for a question from Jess Waddingham, because I'd love to answer it. And while I'm about it, I will show you my bit of tourmaline, which is really earthy. I have several bits of tourmaline, actually. And this is a wonderful stone in a lot of ways. And I was introduced to it because I was having terrible dreams. And I approached a medium. This is very early. This is when I just found out I was a medium and I didn't know at that time. So I went into a crystal shop and I asked this medium, what can I do? Because I don't want to block these dreams out, but I want them to be easier. And that medium then sold me this. Well, no, it wasn't this one. It was a similar piece that I keep under my pillow. And it's great, it takes the intensity out of the journey, but you still get to make the journey. It doesn't block anything, which is absolutely wonderful. So I'm still looking out for your question, Jess. If you wouldn't mind popping it in again, I will try and get to you. Okay, now then, we have a new subscriber who someone just met, Adrienne, I think, or no, Lisa just mentioned. Hi, Lisa, by the way. Nice to see you. Hi, Denise Trudeau. Okay. Oh, it's Twainer telling me that Eddie has a question. Here we go. Right. Eddie, I guess that's how we pronounce it. When will Pisces contact me? What's our future? Okay. Right. Astrology is going to play a big part in this, actually. What I'm being told by my guides is that Pisces will contact you when there's a Pisces moon. I don't know when that's going to be. I haven't quite got my finger on the pulse, but look out for that. Is this the next time there's a Pisces moon? They're being a bit vague. They're saying not necessarily, but it's going to be under a Pisces moon when that happens. I'm going to use a Moonology card to find out some more about this if I can, Eddie. Okay. What have we got? Right. I brought this. This is the second time this has been out today, so it must be the energy of the moment. Mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's what it says. Okay. So, that's about the part of the question. What is your future? Basically, it's your future is a blank page, really, which you've got to write on. I feel you'll have a long time together, eventually. And so don't worry about the length of time it's taking now, okay? Because at some point, you look back and you laugh at the thought that you ever wondered if it was really going to happen. Because it is, it is about having a future together. So your future is about being together, but nothing set in stone. It's all to play for. And as I put that one away, another one jumps out at me. It's this one. This is a new moon in Leo card, and it says confidence is your key to success. I'm still saying Pisces moon is when it'll happen, but be confident, okay? Confidence is your key to success. Don't worry about it for a minute, okay? Really just try and think as positively as you can, because Pisces will contact you. I feel sure about that. I really do. Okie dokie. Now then. Linda Bishop found a rare blue opal when I was about 9 years old. Had it looked at 30 years ago. Wow, about the size of a tennis ball. That's astonishing. Wow. And Jennifer says, yeah, moon is at the end of Pisces now. So maybe it's on the next cycle then. Maybe that's when it's going to happen. Really hope it happens for you soon. I really do. Okay. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Just found out my daughter's baby daddy came back. Not pleased. Can Spirit tell me, please, what is the lesson in this? Okay. That sounds like a question for... Sounds like a question for the tarot. It's quite a big question as well, right? What I feel is that things have to change, And even though this is not your daughter's fault, and ostensibly it's not your daughter's karma, there are things that he's got to learn. And, you are actually looking at something that's going to turn itself into a positive outcome there. We've got Knight of Swords as the first card out. I'll do you 3 cards on that, Jennifer. Knight of Swords is the first one out. Right, so swords, a lot of thinking, and I'm going to think of the other spelling of night where there's no K and say this is kind of the long, dark night of the soul for you at the moment. Because, yeah, from what I'm feeling, I'm not at all surprised that you're not pleased. But basically, things are going somewhere. and it would be really, really good if you can try and look positively on this. All right, he doesn't sound like a great person to me, but he's going to change. He's going to change because the next card, 10 of Swords here, right? So it's another sword card. Again, much thinking to do. And this is him. He is just got his whole personality. It's his personality that I'm drawn to here. His personality is just going to be shattered, and it's going to change him, and it's going to change him for the better because we've got a dawn breaking over the grey stones in the background there. Okay, and card number 3. Yeah, 3 of Swords, which is one hell of a card, actually. But it does say that situation the way it was is like the cake. It's going to wash away in the rain. Okay, he can't keep being like the way he has been in the past. It's going to get him nowhere, and he's going to realize it. He's going to realize he's got to change because, yeah, that's what's going to happen. The cake of his past is going to wash away. It's going to be great for him if he can like forgive himself for his past. He has problems forgiving himself. That's part of the reason he's the way he is. Anything to do with the ego is very like that, actually. Very like that indeed. People who have a big ego, it's actually because they don't think much of themselves. Jessica has now reposted, so let's go there. Jessica, will my relationship with my dad improve? Is there anything I can do? Congratulations on 2,000 subs. Yay, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, I'm delighted with those. Thank you. So, guys, do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, please. It makes a massive difference. Right, will your relationship with your dad improve? Let's start on that one with the pendulum, Jess. Okay. Something needs to heal. Right. What you got to do is send healing thoughts out there without thinking about, what anyone necessarily deserves or seems to deserve. Okay. What we deserve is a very worldly kind of thing, really, and it's part of the way we order our lives. He's a better guy than he comes across as. Right. And there's something along the lines of ego that get in his way, get in the way of him being a better person. I feel that his early life was quite difficult. I think he struggled in life in a lot of ways. And I think because of that, he kind of thinks everyone else should have to struggle as well. But as for the question, will your relationship with him improve? Look at that. That's the biggest pendulum circle I've ever seen. Right? Visualize it improving. Thank you, pendulum. Visualize it improving because it can, and I feel sure it will. Tarot. Okay, let's do a tarot card on that to see if there's anything you can do. You might not know what you can do, all right? And the tarot isn't being specific, but we've got the devil here, which means that the situation is going to move on. And the negativity of the idea of this being a devil card is in that it feels at the moment like it can never improve to you, simply because it's been just about as bad as it's going to get. But there's a clock on this card. It's looking to be, it's like 1 minute to midday, or no, it's not. It's like 1 minute to 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. But it's like it's a minute, it's the last minute. This is very soon it's going to improve. Okay. And what you can do to help it improve is just accept the olive branch and try and forget the past if you can. Because his biggest problem is he can't forget the past. And I think we're going back to his childhood. He can't forget the past, so he can't really let it go. It's hard for him to let go. What he can do is move on, and I know he'd like to move on because I know he'd like to have a good relationship with you. So Jess, I wish you every kind of blessing on that one, really, in a big way. But the pendulum says yes in a very big way too. So keep going, Jess. Don't give up. Think as positively as you can, and if you can visualize him in the most positive possible way, that will actually cause him to change. It actually does work, that does. And Jess says he's been round to see me after a lot of months, which is a big step, and he does struggle to let go. Right. So he's taken a big step, he's taken a first step. That is no bad thing, my friend. No bad thing. And thanks for your support, Jess, and thanks for your friendship as well. You're a good person to know. You really are. And Mrs. Tyler J says, took me a long time to grow up to be able to do that. This is how it goes. Yeah, this is how it goes. It really is. Linda Bishop, I had an Irish-American grandmother maiden named Lucy Lynch. We could be related. You never know. Actually, yeah, Lynch, right, is a big name in Ireland. It's actually a Scottish name to begin with, but there's a lot of Irish people with that name. And in the 1960s, excuse me, the Prime Minister of Ireland was called Mr. Lynch. Don't know what his first name was because I was very young, and in those days everyone was Mr. or Mrs. unless you were married to them or something, you know. So yeah, maybe we're related. That would be so cool. Kasana is here. Hi, Kasana. Hi. Kayla and Cole want to say hi. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Cole. Great to see. Great to know you guys are around. Great to see your names appearing in the chat. And Marianne S says, Linda Bishop Lynch. Lynch is a family name in my family also. Right. Yeah, we get everywhere, you see. We get everywhere. And Jess is saying, I love him to bits. I've let go of my anger and just want to move forward now with him. So fingers crossed. Yeah, great. Keep those fingers crossed. Keep those fingers crossed. Positive thoughts are the best way it could go. Really, they are. Okay. A card for Queen G. Okay. Thank you, Adrienne. You know, Adrienne is working hard all this time, and yet she's noticing things that I don't notice when I'm sitting here looking at the chat all the time. But let's do a card for Queen G. Okay. Card for Queen G. Come on. Ace of Pentacles. Right, I would say abundance is coming in a lot of ways, but I would also say abundance is here now. And I would look, if you can, Queen G, for blessings that exist in the situation you're in now, in the life that you're in now. Find the blessings, count the blessings wherever you can, right? And that is going to lead to greater things. I feel things are a bit difficult for you, and it's for a reason. If you can kind of put a strain on yourself, almost strain your brain. Try and find what's good about the situation you're in now that you haven't already seen. I'm told you're quite a positive person, but, you know, look for something even more positive in your world, in your situation as it is, and things are going to improve because there's a lot of alchemy in the aces, and the alchemy here is like fund matching. You know, you've got the pentacle being held out, and it turns itself into a cake, and you still get to keep the pentacle. So you can have your cake and eat it if you just get through the times that you're in at the moment. Okay. Hope that helps you, Queen G. Thanks for your question. Sorry it took me so long to spot it. Well, sorry it took me so long for to eventually acknowledge Adrienne. And thanks again, Adrienne. Donna Wittereed. Gosh, I made it. I'm so glad you made it. This is good news. This is good news. This really is a family channel, Linda Bishop. Yeah, absolutely. Adrienne again, a card for End to the Future. Right, why ever not? Okay, tarot again for End to the Future. Well, yeah, I shuffled and it came out again. Ace of Pentacles, pretty much the same thing as I said in the last card. I'm going to pull you another card to find out some more about what this is about. But look for the blessings in the situation you've got at the moment, okay? That's the best way to manifest new things, is to appreciate what you've already got, what the universe, as it were, have always given you. Page of Swords, and two, right? Page of Swords. It's a thinking exercise, right? You can think your way forward. Think your way out of where you are now to where you, to where you want to be. You got to keep thinking positive, thinking forward. We've got a lot of positive thinking coming up tonight. That's always what's needed. The pages are somewhat inexperienced, okay, but they will help. You just got to getting the hiccups again. You just got to be willing to let things happen. Okay, visualize the best, believe the best, be willing to let things happen. And you did start out there with the Ace of Pentacles, so it's looking like abundance. It's looking pretty blinking good, pretty blinking positive. Okay, now then, Holly, very kind of you to say that. These readings are wonderful, Andy. You're helping so many people. That's what I like about it. That's what I love about doing these shows, actually. It's the helping people. It's also, like psychic readings are blinking expensive. And I do offer paid readings, by the way. Email me at that email address that's going across the bottom of your screen right now. 35and83@gmail.com. I'm not fabulously expensive, actually, but because I charge for readings, I like to give something away as well and spend a few hours a week doing this. It makes me feel a lot better, really, really makes me feel a lot better about charging for readings. But if you'd like an in-depth personal reading, do get in touch with me. We can go face-to-face for about 30 minutes. Can be an hour. Sometimes it goes up to an hour. I'm quite happy. I charge it for 30 minutes minimum, basically, and then we let it go. I can also do you a birth chart. The sky's the limit, really. Email me 35and83@gmail.com. It's scrolling constantly along the bottom of the screen here, and it's also down there in the description, along with the coffee.com/twig link, which is my coffee page. Any donations you make through coffee, gratefully appreciated. And coffee don't take a cut. They send them straight through to PayPal without taking a cut, which is absolutely wonderful. Also down there is my paypal.me link, paypal.me/twig brother. All donations very gratefully received and will help me eventually get a better internet connection. That's what I'm saving up for at the moment. Card for Patty. Here we go. Right, here we go. Patty, we've got the 10 of Wands, right? So much going on in your life, Patty. I would say a bit too much for comfort at the moment. And the answer is to do some cord cutting, all right? The wands tied to the guinea pig's back here represent old situations which have moved on. And yet you're still having to put a lot of effort into those old situations. Think only of the future. Think about moving forward, and then you'll have the weight off your back. And like the guinea pig, you'll then be able to enjoy all these nice fruity things and cakes and stuff that he's got in the wheelbarrow there. Okay, so cutting ties with the past, it really matters, and it's something we all need to think about from time to time, because sometimes there's something we commit to, and years later we're still doing it, and it's not so much needed anymore. We could be free without doing anyone any harm. Sometimes people don't want us to stop doing these things, but sometimes they need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet. So do think of that, okay? Do think of that. So important. Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Popsicles is my positive word right now. I like that idea. Yeah, that would be very positive, actually. I was out today and I wanted to buy, well, we call them ice lollies in Britain, but basically, yeah, it's a popsicle. It's like frozen. And that would be great because the weather's so hot. But the shop I went to didn't actually have any, so I'm screwed there. Just drinking water, though, which is where it's at, and is actually very refreshing. Patty Palmer asks, Andy, can I have a card, please? Twainer asks, everyone shout out, write one positive word. Please do. That positivity is a wonderful thing to have. By the way, do give me a thumbs up on the positivity note. That always helps. Card for Patty Palmer. Okay. Right, Queen of Swords for you, Patty. Now then, this means that things can be pretty good. You've got some obstacles to get over. I feel sure of that, okay? But whatever you do, be yourself, okay? You might not feel that you've got what it takes. You might not. You might not feel good enough. But I'd rather say you might not feel you've got what it takes. But you have, okay? She's a very strict character, is the Queen of Swords. Look, she is not to be messed with. And in some ways, she's your higher self. In other ways, she's people that you've got to deal with in your life to actually get your plans to come out in a positive way and get positive outcomes. But you can. That's the thing. You just got to be brutally honest with yourself. And I'm not saying you're dishonest in any way. No way. But you've got to really put everything in terms of as much honesty as you can come up with. Yeah, that matters so much. That makes such a difference. It really does. Okay. Marianne S., I like StreamYard. You are coming in very clear in USA, New Jersey. That is so cool. Yeah, some of my favorite YouTubers are in New Jersey. They're called Tucker and Sammy J, and the channel is Tucker F Upper. Such positive thinkers. They do basically they're resellers, you know, and they do trash outs, clear out old houses of junk when the houses have been sold, and they do the yard sales and they resell stuff. But they've always got a spiritual angle on it, you know, and I really enjoy their videos, and so I see a lot of New Jersey almost every week. Patricia Franzino, hi to you, and yeah, glad to catch this live. I'm very glad you're catching this live too. Okay. How many of you are smiling now? Asks Twainer. Good. Let's get the smiles going. That's so matters. CK Ventures. Hi, Andy. Will my Central America business succeed? It can. And I'm going to do a pendulum on that for you in a second, right? But there is a problem with it. What's the problem? Right. Okay. Chances are you've been given some bad advice, right? Things just need a rethink, CK. Just something needs to be rethought, and that's why it's not maybe, well, it's obviously giving you some concern, put it that way. I feel it's going quite well. I just feel like there's some jeopardy at the moment. You need to really kind of reevaluate the business advice you've been getting. Look at it your own way, you know. If you don't quite trust someone who's giving you advice, even if they're more experienced than you, they're not wearing your shoes. They can't see and hear and feel what you can see and hear and feel. So will your Central America business succeed? Let's ask the spirit of the pendulum to give us something here. Yeah, it will. It will. It's doing a nice big circle here. It started off as a very small circle, so it's going to take time to grow, but everything takes time to grow. But that's a yes, it will succeed. But yeah, do really think about what advice has been coming to you, because we've got the moon card there, and that always indicates that there's a danger, not a reality, but a danger of being drawn by a false light. And in your case, CK, that's just, you know, someone's giving you advice. It would be pretty good advice in just about any situation, but as it happens, you know, down to the specifics of your situation, it wasn't the best advice. So evaluate it for yourself. A card for Donna Witterid. Here we go. All right. Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray, and we've got Mercury, open communication. Right, this is important. Think about Archangel Gabriel as well, Donna, right? Because Archangel Gabriel is the angel of communication, is the angel messenger. So you can ask him to help with this, and I'm sure he will. It says, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Okay? I think you'll know more about that more about what that means than I do in quite a big way. But very positive. Mercury, we've just had Mercury retrograde, and the trouble with Mercury retrogrades is we don't get as much power behind communication as would be ideal. Most of the Mercury retrograde problems people get are down to a lack of communication or the wrong sort of communication, or over communication as well as under communication. That is so much the way it goes. And you'll be asking, will you? Great, yeah, great. You ask Archangel Gabriel, because that's what Archangel Gabriel does best. All the angels are brilliant at everything. They've got unlimited light, they've got unlimited energy. But for some reason, they specialize in certain things. And that's where Archangel Gabriel is at. Dogs and cats and birds in my house, it says Marianne S. But cats are on a different floor. They're on a different level altogether, I think, in more ways than one, to be honest, Marianne. Yeah, my cats are on a different floor at the moment. I can hear them scrabbling about downstairs. I think they're chasing a mouse or something. But they haven't come in the room. Hope they turn up at some point. I really do, because can't be doing without my cats. Actually, it was really funny on Tuesday morning. After I couldn't sleep at all on Monday night. So I was in the kitchen making cups of tea before it got light. And it gets light here about between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. because it's like high summer at the moment, just past the solstice. And I came upstairs about 6 a.m. I've been doing some work downstairs. I came upstairs at 6 a.m. and Tinkerbell was waiting outside my door. She waits outside my door in the morning so she can run in and hustle me to feed her as soon as I wake up. And she's really shocked to see me coming up behind her. She's so sure I was asleep in my room. Crazy stuff. As Twainer says, if you are new here and like what you see, do please like and subscribe. Really appreciates it. Patty Palmer is here to give a thumbs up and say much love to everyone. We sure want to send you plenty of love as well, Patty. I'm sure we do. Oh, hard here is Tinkerbell. Hey, Puss, you coming on the bed? Come and say hello to your fans. Yeah, she's going to have a drink of water first, and I don't blame her. It's really hot. Yeah. Okay, Red Hat, here we go. I'll be honest, guys, the energy is dropping with me a bit tonight. I'm kind of worn out just by the heat. It's been a hot day. Been out in the car a lot with my daughter today. Great to be with my daughter, but just so blinking hot. And I'm kind of easily confused when I'm hot. So I'm not going to do too many more questions now because I'll start getting them wrong. But Red Hat Society, let's go with this. Yeah, Donis, my beloved cat is wherever I am. Holly says, cats bring so much entertainment. Yeah, they really do, actually. I'm not surprised they're popular in YouTube videos because they just like break things up and make things fun. Red Hat Society, I want to ask about my male friend. He has Asperger and traumatic childhood. Will he ever have enough money? He's 61. Will he ever get his sick pension? Right. I believe he will. I believe he will, but strength is called for. This is the strength card, number 8 in the major arcana. So it's going to take time. Okay, and that is very difficult for someone with Asperger's because they are going to kind of be disheartened. I feel he's going to be disheartened about it. Try and keep him pushing for it, okay? Because he deserves it. And the feeling I get psychically is that, yes, he will get that eventually. So I really, really hope that that works out. Going to go to Tiba Ross. Love that name, actually, because I love organ music, and there's a kind of organ pipe called a tibia pipe. Right, I ask for some prayers, and thank you, God. My bless to all of you that send energy. Going to have a small knee surgery tomorrow. Well, I'm sure we all wish you the very best with that, actually, Tiba. And so that's not really a request for a reading. That's more a request for a prayer. So let's send our prayers out for that. I really hope that goes as well as can be. I think it will, T, because I'm just playing with cards all the time here. And I got the 4 of Wands, and that just suggests like a happy situation where everything's good and as it should be. See, she's got her cats with her for one thing. Hint, hint, Tinkerbell, look, she's got her cats. Can I have my cat? Come on, then. Come on. She'll be here in a second, I'm sure. This bodes well. This card is a good card. Looks good for your knee surgery. But, yeah, we'll all send prayers that way. Okay, and the very best of luck to you. Yeah, heat is very hot in New Jersey, too. Yeah, we are usually cooler in Wales. We probably are. It's blinking hot for Wales, though. It really is. Okay, not hot where Sam is. Oh, had your fleece on today, Summers? My gosh, I'd have died if I had my fleece on. Right, let's go to Lucy, eh? Hi, Lucy. Nice to have you. Great to have new people joining us. This is what it's all about. Okay, and you liked and subscribed as well. Brilliant. This is what we need. Please like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Wanted to ask when I will get a job offer. Okay. Right. Something's coming around, right? The card I've got here is the Knight of Wands, okay? It's very Leo energy. The Wands are the fire signs, and Leo is one of them. This is a very Leo card, okay? And what happens in this card, the story of this card, is there's an opportunity, and you can either rush with it now, run with it now, or wait until you're ready. I feel that an opportunity that you've had before that didn't work out is going to come around again. Okay. Can you think of a situation, Lucy, where you took a job interview and you didn't get the job, but they were going to keep you in mind for the future? I don't know if you did, but someone from the past has kept you in mind for the future. I don't know if it's going to just come out of nowhere as an offer. Say hello, Tinky Wing. It's Tinky Wing. And she's scrambling to get away. You got plenty of food and water. And you shall have more very soon, I'm sure. Okay, but yeah, look at think of a past situation that didn't quite go the way you wanted it to or work out. There's something in the air for you there. There really is. Okay, and yeah, the Knight of Wands really means that it is going to actually happen at some point. Right, there is fast-moving progress, strong energy behind you getting a job. Can't say exactly when it is, but let me just. Right, I heard a song in my head, September by Earth, Wind and Fire. So September, okay, but you know they haven't said September what year, but I do feel it'll be in plenty of time for things to work out for you well, and I'm sure we all wish you the best and hope that that will work out really, really well for you. On that note, guys, I'm absolutely whacked. I'm so blinking, hot. I don't mean hot as in good looking either. I just mean hot. It's really hot weather. Okay. Oh, Jackie Wallace is here. I walk with my neighbours every day and miss most of your lives. Great. Well, I'm glad you're here. Great to see you. And they're uploaded. You can always watch them another time. And the way the energy works, it's as good as being here, I would say. And big shout out to everyone who's watching the upload version of this, which will be live very soon. The live chat doesn't upload straight away. I've no idea why, but the live chat is never there until a few hours later. Really crazy the way it goes. But at least by this time, well, I would say it's usually 12 hours. So about 12 hours from now, the live chat should be available with the replay, and you can actually kind of look into it and see where it's at and what it's all about. And you like the morning shorts as well, Jackie? Yeah, thanks. I enjoy doing them. Actually, they are most interesting. Let's end with a card for absolutely everyone. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Now there is an interesting, energetic thought to think about. This is very much like the Ace of Swords as well. It's about kind of changing your mind to take your life in the direction it needs to go in. At this moment, let us just highlight this one from Adrienne. Mystery Theatre is up next with Andrea. Sounds good. Sounds really good, actually. So that's like the next place to go, if you ask me. Adrienne is very kind of she's a gatherer of souls, and her advice is usually pretty good. Red Hat says thanks a million. Good night, lovely people. Good night to you, Red Hat. Thanks so much. Sharon Sipe, can't thank you enough for being here and taking part in everything. Okay. Linda says thanks. Always moves. Always moves. Linda says, thanks, Andy, for the time the internet lets you come to us. Yeah, it doesn't always let me, but I always try. I'll be here again on Friday at 12 noon Central USA time, 6 p.m. UK time, as long as I don't fall asleep. That might end up being a short show as well if the weather's super hot. It's not that short. I usually keep going for an hour and a half, and I just know if I keep doing questions now, I'm going to be getting them wrong, which is no good. But there we go. Tiba Ross, thank you, Twig Brother. And Sam's having a good laugh. Thank you, Twig Brother. You put a smiling on my head. I'm really glad. You guys put a smile on my face all the time. You really do. Love you guys. Big love to you. Thanks so much for all your support. And I will look forward to seeing you again in a future live, in a future video. But right now, from Tinkerbell and myself, it's time to say good night from me and good night from her. So be good to each other. Love, light, blessings, and peace. I think.